Come on, let's go.
Hurry up.
I was grabbing a beer.
Welcome to PorchTlk Podcast, where some 20-somethings, soon to be 30-somethings, but not quite yet, dive into their lives, dive into your lives, and help you figure out yours as we figure out ours along the way. I'm Eric. Ooh,
Ezra, Rockford Elementary Class of 06 valedictorian.
We're back. I feel like we've been on and off, but we're back. Ezra's been chilling. I've been grinding. I've been doing the content machine, posting stuff from weddings, just getting video after video of great content. No big deal. But we're back. Morgan is not here. Morgan's having Wi-Fi issues, so we're never really fully back. There's always something going on with the cast.
It does seem that way.
We got a hell of a lineup. It is a shame Morgan's not here. A little too late to get Miss Paige Lee on, so we're just running it boys episode. But hey, we can get into it. No big deal. First things first. Generational wealth will be non-existent in the next 25 to 50 years. So you're saying even the rich people aren't passing down their winnings?
Middle class isn't even like a thing anymore, but this is more for the middle class. The station I was listening to, which was like the Black News here, like local that runs in Charlotte, and it covers like Charlotte, Atlanta, goes up to DC, I think. And they were saying unless you're like the top 6%ers of the world, top 1% are like the billionaires. The top 6%, I think that's like millions and up. It may be like tens of millions, but I don't even think it goes that high, which is also surprising of just like the vast poverty in America. Yeah, there's a big difference between like the top 10 and like the other 90. But it was saying like unless you're like a top 6%er in the world, in 25 to 50 years, generational wealth won't be like a concept because those are going to be the only ones able to do that. Back in the day, your parents could have like a factory job. They could work for the USPS. They could work for the post office, not the post office, the UPS. They could get an honest job, work hard, save their money, own their home, own some land, send their kids to college, and leave you something. They were saying at the rate of inflation and the way that like money is being passed out, since the wages don't match the inflation rate, like 94% of the world will not know generational wealth for the next few generations at least. And they were saying pretty much the problem is going to be back then. If your parents saved up $150,000, $200,000, they could pass that on to their kids. Their kids could pass that on. They had a house. They then had land. They could pass that on to their grandkids. It might make it to their great grandkids. Generational wealth for a middle class family that was bringing in $150,000 was making it 3 generations back then. It might not make it past the kids you leave it to in the next 25 years, they're saying. So whether it's a house, the land, the money, they're saying with the rate of inflation plus the wages being paid out, that might not never make it past the generation it was left to.
Damn, when you put it like that, I mean, it makes sense because I was thinking about it, I was like, all right, let's say like you get left 150K, like that's cool. Like that helps. Don't get me wrong, but that's not making it to my kid, like anything like that.
I was gonna say it helps, but then if you thought about like, damn, I was given 150 today, what's that gonna go to? Probably some of it's going to a down payment on a house, which is fucking crazy the price houses are going for. So that's gonna eat a big chunk. If there's any college debt on either side, where there's you, your woman, both of y'all, some of it's gonna go there. That's gonna eat a big chunk. Maybe paying off any other bills to like kind of give you a head start. So like maybe if you got cars or credit cards, and it's like shit, just like that in 2 months, $150,000 is gone. It'll help you, but it's really not going to make it past you at that rate. And now you're going to have to you'll get a head start and you'll have to be on your P's and Q's to be able to leave anything. And that's pretty much restarting because you're leaving it off of your own. Like none of that is from the shit you was passed down.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you wanted to get like any type of potential really good return, it would almost be like when we've talked about before about like buying land out in like Montana or something and
Yeah.
like hoping it gets developed out there and then you can like really make something out of that.
Yeah, that would truly be your best bet. And then like just leaving, that's the one thing that like they're not making more of clearly is land. So leaving that to your kids. The problem with that is like then you're on land developers and city developers timeline. Like they got to come out there and decide it's worth it. If not, you might go under on that land. Like if ain't nothing there, they might dumb that shit down and just try to take that to like expand highways or something, and then you're getting paid
Oh,
pennies on the dollar.
yeah. Damn. Now I'm like kind of depressed. I mean, I never had a chance of generational wealth to begin with, so I guess it doesn't really matter to fucking me. So I don't know why I'm sad about it.
No, I'm sad about the like hearing it because it's always been like, damn, we got to create our own generational wealth. Really, I mean, I come from a family of 11. Like, no matter how you cut it, it wasn't gonna be enough to pass around to really make an amazing impact. But it's like, damn, even hearing that, it's like, what's the best way to really set your family up next? Because everybody preaches they want generational wealth, they want generational wealth, but they were talking about it and they're like, just like you've got to have like realistic career goals, realistic education goals, realistic like goals for your family, you've got to also have realistic goals for like what you want to accomplish and leave in life. Generational wealth may not be it. Maybe it's I want to leave my kids $20,000. I want to be able to set up trust funds for my grandkids, something like that. Because generational wealth is a very vague blanket statement, and in the grand scheme of things, ain't nobody leaving their kids generational wealth in this day and age. Because
Mm.
generational is like legacy, lineages, many family lineages. We It's probably not making it past one, and that shit is depressing. When I thought about that, and when he said 150, I was like, "Fuck! If I got $150,000 tomorrow, I could clear that shit by Friday, and it wouldn't even be like irresponsible. It'd be like student
No.
loans. It'd be like a down payment on a house, paying off the cars, and it's like shit. That would pretty much be 150K gone. You
Mm-mm.
might save like 10, 15, 20, maybe, but like most of that shit would be like put somewhere.
I was gonna say like it's kind of hand in hand with like the American dream, where it's kind of like people are like it's dead. Because I was like, the only way you can maybe get generational wealth is like if you have some type of business, some type of idea that pops off. But like, I feel like that
Yeah.
doesn't even happen that often anymore.
And the rate small businesses are like opening and closing, fucking I think the last real chance while it's still here, it's probably still the tech guys. If you're tech, if you're a guy or gal in tech, you probably have the biggest chance because unlike the like super millionaires or billionaires who are like clearly got that way, generally from a handout of some sort and like bad business practices, that's like still one of the few industries left where your shit can really boom overnight and somebody might buy you out with millions of dollars by month's end. There's not a lot of industries like that right now.
No, because I mean, even if you work into like you can do some stuff, start stuff with like trades and stuff, and you can make good money. But like, do you want to spend your whole life also doing that or managing that? Like,
Yeah.
ugh, just trying to retire, man.
Trying to
Mm-mm.
retire. I seen a list on Forbes. Oh shit, I should have sent it here. I'll send it back. It was either Forbes or CNN, and they were like putting what you need to make in every state to like live above, not to live above, but like to like live within your means and still like have money. Kentucky was the second cheapest, so shout out Kentucky. The
Shout out
cheapest
Paige.
overall was Mississippi, Kentucky, and then Arkansas. Um,
Hmm.
for Charlotte, you needed to have a dual income of 198K to like live within your means, and I was like, "What in the fuck are
What?
we doing, yo?" Like that's crazy. Fucking once you got onto the West Coast, like Washington, Cali, Oregon, some of
Hmm.
those prices were like 240, 250. I think New York was like 280. And the ones on the West Coast, they were saying like the resources and shit are like scarce out there. So you're like paying for them to like get a lot of shit out to you. And I was like, that's tough.
That's so depressing. I don't. I have to look into that and see. I'm sure the DMV area would just destroy my soul as well.
Oh yeah, that shit was high too.
That's that dual income for that to live.
Bro.
Oof.
I was like, come on, like this is a problem. And then when you look at like,
Insane.
I think they said the average individual right now like makes I think the what is the minimum wage? It was not the minimum, the poverty line. I think the average individual makes like 37 or 38,000. So like even like what the what are we doing?
We're
We
not coming
clearly see a
close.
problem.
No solutions. No solutions. God.
Yeah,
All right,
that's like crazy.
let's get to the next one. How many people is too many people to go on a trip with? Also, kind of same idea for going out to dinner with.
Whew. I got a little bump in the same. I'll go a little higher. A trip, no more than 14. 12 maybe. And I'm saying because 12 you can take two cars. You probably got to be two SUVs, but 12
I
I'm
would
not
say.
doing anything where we got to take three, four cars. So 12 the max for a trip, and that's pushing it. 10 is probably more realistic, but I think I can make 12 work. As far as dinner goes, six.
Mm.
Even though they say six is the hardest table to get, I would go no more than six because they
For a
seat for two.
trip?
I think they seat for restaurants seat for 2, 4, and 8. So six is like
Mm.
kind of like fucking you because then you got to wait for an 8 seater.
When you're talking about a trip, are you talking like a day trip or like a vacation?
Vacation 12, a day trip. Fuck no, a day trip no more than six.
I was gonna say honestly, probably once you get over 8 for a trip might be too much, but I'm thinking more of just even trying to plan it and get people to commit to it. Like, imagine trying to get 12 people to commit to a fucking vacation. Sounds like a nightmare.
Well, I see it. That's definitely true. I'm thinking significant others because then you only have to get six people to be involved in the planning, and the other one is coming. So
Mhm.
that's a little easier because then it's like I'm already in, so I only got to make sure five other people agree and are down with it. But if it's not significant others and it's like 10 independent opinions, fuck no, no chance.
God, dinner, I could probably go with, like honestly, I think even, like, 8 would be the max of it, but I think it's just because like, when you have a really big table,
Yeah,
it's like there's like a weird divide. There's just like it's not a real dinner. So like
yeah,
honestly, like six, if you can get like a six table, would be a nice one.
I agree. I think six is like the only. That's pretty much what I was thinking. I think six is the only thing that works conversationally. Because once you get to eight, the ones on the very far end don't really know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, we had
So then
a
you
when
got
we
to
were in
make
New
like two
York.
separate groups to have conversation.
Yeah, we were in New York. We had like a big dinner, and it was probably like 12, 14, maybe. That's just two different tables, and then you
Yeah,
got sections within the tables. It's like there's no win-win there.
yeah. Everybody loses in that situation, and then it becomes critical. Like, where am I sitting? Because like, I'm not
Oof.
sitting to nobody. I'm not sitting at the end next to somebody I don't talk to. Like, because then what the fuck am I here for?
Yeah. I tried to sit in the middle, but then I just felt like I was kind of in both conversations, but not really in either. It's a very weird spot.
Yeah, I was gonna say the middle. That's like why the middle sucks.
Yeah. But I was
Oof.
just eating, so I was fine. We just order for the table. That's the thing. Then it's also like a do you order for the table for things? That's what we ended up doing. It made life a lot easier, but
Yeah, I don't hate
splitting
that,
it.
but it just depends on what we're getting. I guess it would depend on
Yeah.
the style of restaurant.
I mean, you that's definitely something you gotta. It's got to be a conversation as soon as you sit down. Like, are we doing a family style or not? Because it's gonna be very
Yeah.
different vibes.
Oh yeah. The problem with that is someone's gonna not be feeling that idea.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm sorry. It's generally me. I'm probably not feeling that idea. And I'm gonna probably let you know, like, nah, like, y'all cool with that, but I'm really not feeling that shit. Because if I want something, I'm a kind of picky eater to begin with. And I also don't like when people order what I order. So, like, that shit, like, come on, man.
Don't get the
So,
burger if I just got the burger. What are we
yeah.
doing
So
here?
I might just be like, yeah, like, definitely go crazy. And I'm gonna just do my own thing down here.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Would we prefer to bar hop or just pick one good bar and stay there and vibe throughout the night? I'm not even going to hesitate. If I find a good bar, why am I going to a bunch of different spots? If it's nice, if there's music ain't too loud and I can just talk and I don't have to yell, I'll be sitting there all night. What are we talking about?
I agree. My favorite spot in the Berg, not even downtown, it's a tavern. We fuck with that place heavy. Good beer, good prices. Fucking love that shit. Um, I'm gonna pick the spot every time over bar hopping. I think what changed I think either you get to a certain age where you're like going for different things when you go out. Like I'm never going to the club, and then I know what I like, and this place got the beers I like, so I'm not gonna just bar hop around. And then I also think bar hopping was really intended, like when you were single. You was bar hopping so you could see like all the shorties that was out. Like if this one didn't
Mm.
really have it, you was going to the next one. You was trying to mingle with everybody, get all the numbers. And we're not doing that no more. So like, why the fuck am I hitting 8 bars in 2 hours? Opening and closing tabs, like fuck no. I'm comfortable. I got a
Ugh.
nice spot at the bar. Like we'll just kick it here.
Well, the worst is when you would go bar hop and then you would go like, "Damn, this place is solid," and people are like, "Oh, we got to go here," and then you're like, you get the other place, and you're like, "Why the fuck do we leave? Like, what are we doing here? Why do
Yeah,
we leave this place? And then we're going to a different place." Like, no.
yeah. I hate that shit. Leaving a good bar for I don't even know for not even a potential for a maybe. Like, come on, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not gonna catch me bar hopping nowhere now. Once I the spot I'm going to, I done already vetted it. Like we there.
What about? Do you think it's different for like bachelor parties, or are you still like, boys, if we found a good spot, like let's just stay here?
Oh,
Because I
that
feel like
one's
that's the
tough.
only time you're really going to be bar hopping. Maybe like a
Yeah,
squad trip, but even then, I feel like if you can convince people this is a good spot, like let's just stay.
a squad trip maybe because those are like you're generally in a different city, so you're just trying to see as much as it. And I probably
Yeah.
say the same for a bachelor party or bachelorette because like you're in a different city probably, so you're trying to see everything they have. But by no means do I think that it's like the best deal. Like the best deal is like finding a bar you fuck with, staying there, getting the cheap beers, getting the cheap drinks. Maybe the bartender's throwing you one or two for free because you're tipping them well. You're not gonna get that when you're hitting 10 bars in 2 hours.
I was gonna say honestly, for a bachelorette party, like it might be the if you're really thinking about it, big brain. The first night you do all your bar hopping, and then you find the bar you want to be at, or like one or
Oh,
two, and then that's where you're set for the rest of the weekend or whatever it is.
nah, that's like probably your best investment and your best use of time. Because then,
Hmm.
depending on where you're at, what city you're at, I done been with niggas where we were bar hopping and you're having to wait in line to get into these spots. So it's like, bro, we just left this. That happened to us in Charlotte for a Halloween party. You ain't know about it. Like, we just heard there was another lit one around the corner. So we walked there. We left the beer garden, which was lit. We had a nice spot outside, drinks, food. I mean, they got tons of beer to go down to around the corner. And then we had to wait in line for like 15 minutes to get in. And it's like, come on. So that's a tough situation. That happened to me in Philly one time with my boys, and it's like, bro, one, you're bar hopping generally because we know what they're doing. You're trying to see more shorties. If you're a woman, you're trying to see more guys. There might not be better shorties or better guys there. The spot you go
True.
on might not have it. Two, it could have a cover. We were met at the front door with a cover to the next
Ugh.
place. And then three, there could be a line. If this is this popping spot you're talking about, do we want to leave a cool situation we got to go stand in line and pay a cover?
I think if you're at a good spot and you want someone else to go, like this is your reputation on the line here.
Oh yeah.
Like you gotta know that this is a guaranteed. You gotta have eyes in the building. Like we gotta know because if we get there and it's trash, you can't make any recommendations ever again. You're done.
Cannot make any recommendations, and I'm sorry. Your recommendations can't be always crowded in here. The music is great. Because if I'm being 100% honest, that's not what the fuck I'm going out to drink for. I'm going out to get a spot at the bar, grab some brews, maybe some cocktails, fucking throw back some shots, and just have a good time with my people. I do not care about how loud the music is, the music they're playing. I don't give a fuck about how crowded it is. Like, no, once you start telling me it's packed, you've already started to lose me. I'm like, why are we going there?
We got great seats. Why would I leave to go stand shoulder to shoulder? What are we doing here?
Yeah,
Mm-mm. Or yeah, you said even on for the Charlotte one when it was Halloween.
yeah.
Halloween, if you find a good spot, you gotta hold it down. What are we doing?
We had a good spot fucking at the beer garden.
Shout out.
But the beer garden vibes is like beer and chilling, and it was like, it's a club that's popping around the corner. That's what got us. Some people in the group, they wanted to dance. They're not in Charlotte much, and I was like, fuck it. We'll show y'all this spot. Bam. Met a line in the cover. No, they didn't have a cover, but they had a line.
I have no shame in saying I have no interest in going out and dancing.
Yeah,
Not what I'm looking for when I'm going out.
me
Don't even
neither.
want to go out. Just give me a bar, quiet, cheap beers. We're good.
That's it.
Speaking of bars, so you have a hot take that people who get in bar fights shouldn't be arrested?
Oh, fuck yes. Yes. Here's my thing. Honestly, I think like you're drunk, your shorties are around, niggas is trying to act tough. I don't think bar fights should be arrested. And kind of, I had a coach back in middle school who would say like, "I'm gonna let y'all fight out here." Because I know when y'all like pipe up in like fucking the cafeteria or in the gym, you know somebody gonna break it up. I'm gonna let somebody get their ass beat before it
Shout
gets
out Coach
broken up.
Prime. That's what he does.
Yeah, so like you gotta let them actually like get it in. And I think in a bar situation, you probably not really beating nobody ass. Like nobody got beat the fuck up in a bar fight unless security was just busy doing Lord the fuck knows what. Like you probably gonna get a few punches in, somebody gonna maybe tackle someone to the ground, and then it's gonna get broken up. So getting the cops and shit's involved, that's crazy to me. My logic behind this is a bar fight, break it up. They gotta get kicked out. You do gotta get kicked out, and then from there it's whatever. If the fight spills out into the street, then you got to get arrested. So you can get it in
Oh,
the club. If you get kicked out the club and for whatever reason it's like outside of the club and y'all still getting into it, then you got to get arrested.
okay. I like your logic because at first I was gonna be like, I don't know, man. I mean, if like someone starts throwing glasses, like we start getting bloody, like who knows? But I like your logic. If it stays inside, it doesn't get too crazy. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Chalk it up to the game, and then whatever happens outside the establishment, outside the establishment. We don't control that.
Yeah. Outside, then yeah, the cops got to come. I had it as a question of the day, and there was like 2 or 3 people were like, yeah, but what if somebody dies? And I was like, what the fuck? How many bar fights y'all been hearing about people getting killed? And again, the rule's the rule. There are outliers, still don't get arrested. Here's my thing, yo. You kind of know what you're getting into when you get into a bar fight, when you get into a street fight. Like, it's a fight. Is there a chance you could die? Yes. But, like, did the nigga who was boxing you really think he was going to kill you? No. Come on, man. Like, let's get a grip. It's a
Yeah.
shame you got your ass beat to death, for real. But, like, come on.
Yeah, I think the difference might have been like I think we're talking like strictly hands here. We're not talking like someone
Yeah.
brings out a gun and shoots you in the middle of a bar fight.
Yeah, like, come on. That's, like, a crime, for real. But, like,
Like
you
that
just,
that will arrest you for that
yeah,
one.
you just squabbling and you lost the squabble. Like, I'm not arresting you for that.
Mm-mm-mm. Damn. What if you die? I mean, yeah, if you get like sucker punch, like, but that's not even a fight. If you just get like knocked out
Yeah.
cold and you don't see it coming, that's a different situation.
Yeah, if you fight and then like y'all start wrestling and he lifts you up, slam you, and you die from that, like I'm not gonna lie. Fight better. Come on, like what the fuck am I supposed to do for you, nigga?
There is some assumed risk if you participate in a
Yeah.
bar fight, you could die. We have to all accept that.
And then I do get that like there is a small chance you really wasn't doing anything wrong. Like you could there's a chance you did not want to fight at all. And that does get tough, but like, hey, that's also on you. You was on a bar. You was in a bar. You knew the risk. There's a chance a fight break out. Come on, man. What the fuck?
What would you say is the assumed risk every time you step into a bar that there might be a bar fight and you might be involved in it? What's the
If,
percentage?
if I'm being if I'm being honest, it depends on where you at.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because region might change. Like if I'm in like rural North Carolina, not Charlotte, and I'm in a biker bar on a Friday, like there's a chance some shit might pop off. Why the fuck am I in there? But
You
like
walk
you're
in, 95% chance goes off that you're getting
like,
jumped.
like I'm just in my average bar, the bars we be hitting it. The chance of a fight breaking out is probably like less than 2% that you're involved in, unless you're an asshole. If you're an asshole,
Oh,
your chances go up because you're probably the reason some of these fights are starting. I got a nigga, I kid you not, when we were younger, I remember he would call me on the weekends like 2, 3 times a month about a squabble him and his boys got in Baltimore. And I was like, at some point, you're the fucking problem. Like, there's no way you go out every
1,000% the
weekend and
problem.
I was like, there's no way you go out every weekend. They spot you and like, yeah, we fighting this nigga. No chance.
Yeah, nah, they're definitely looking for issues or doing
Like,
something.
yeah, like
You
they was
can't.
going out deep as hell and being assholes.
Jesus. Yeah. Mm-mm. I got questions for the people who are going out to bars looking to constantly fight. What's going on in your life?
Bro, there's like some people, I be on the TikTok and I be seeing it all the time. Some people really go out looking for a fade, so like trying to get in the fight. And it's like, bro, what is wrong with you? I had a roommate like that when I first went to out to West Virginia from Pittsburgh, and he was like, "Man, if we get into something tonight, we kind of just get into it." And I was like, "Who the fuck leave the house like that? Like, what? No, we don't. Like, I'm trying to go drink, talk to some girls. Like, what the fuck is fighting going to do for you?"
People are like, the boys are like, yeah, we're gonna get a couple drinks in, go see what the girls are like. This guy's like ready to go. Like, let's get these
Yeah,
fights in real
nigga didn't
quick.
even really. He smoked somebody. He didn't really like to drink none because he was always on something. I got to be on it in case a nigga pressed me out. And I was like, "Cool, bro. Like, you right."
Got it.
What?
So people, if you feel like that, maybe just take up boxing. You can go
Yeah.
spar. Go spar whenever you want.
Well, stay the fuck home.
God damn, dude. Oh, these bar fights going out. All right, let's see. If they can't plan a date, they can't plan a future. Where's this
Oh,
from?
I'm not even gonna lie. I think I was watching a show. I don't know what shows I be watching right now. It was on a show I was watching now. I've been getting mad TV in, so I couldn't tell you which one it is. But yeah, it was on a show I was watching, and Shorty said that, and I was like, wait a second.
Mm.
I don't hate this. Cause like, and we're not talking about a little bad date like movies. Like, if they can't ask you on a proper first, it's ask you on a proper date, plan the date, take you on the date. They probably don't have any chance of really planning anything for the future for y'all either. So like that might be red flag number one to lead this girl or this guy.
I honestly don't hate the logic. When I saw you said that, I was like, that makes sense because it's such a small act, right? It's not
Mm-hmm.
like anything crazy. Like even if you plan a date, like we talked about before, you can plan a nice date. Maybe go to dinner, go to a museum, go look at stuff. Like it's easy. You can plan a simple date. If you can't even do that,
Yeah.
like what that shows the effort that you're probably going to be putting in going forward. So you're probably not looking at a good setup.
And that makes you start to think like, what are their excuses or reasons going to be for why they couldn't do the date? They were too busy, or they're not good at this, or this, that, and the third. If that's what they're going to use for something as small as a date, oh, you're damn sure they're going to use that for other occasions where they're supposed to plan something in the relationship.
Bro, I mean, planning a wedding, that shit's intense. Having
Mhm.
kids, planning a schedule, doing stuff like
Yeah,
it's only going to get harder. If you can't
yeah,
plan a little date, we might need to you need to step out of the game for a bit. Get yourself centered, figure out what's going on.
got to, because you're losing, my boy.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That is
I,
a
I'll
that
have to
is a good
check
one
and
for
see where it
sure.
was from. It was from something I was watching. I just got to remember what it was.
Yeah, it's a real small act, so interesting. I need that as a question of the day. I want to see if people have any beef with that.
Definitely looking it up. Somebody will.
I want
They'll
to see what
definitely have
what,
some
what
sort of beef.
beef would you have with that?
I don't know. Niggas be whack.
Gotcha. All right, let's get into last topic before we hit into the top five. We're doing a little New Year's resolution check-in. Do you even remember what your New Year's resolutions were?
I remember two. I don't know what the third one was.
Hmm.
Um, um, shit. Let me look it up. I had it down earlier.
I can run through mine real quick.
All right.
So my first goal was to read 5 books. I've currently finished two. I am on the third, and by on the third, I mean I've picked out the third book. I have not actually read a single page of it yet. But the first 2 months I finished 2 books, so I was on fire.
That's a big start. Kind of
Run
sleep.
100 miles was another one. I think I'm at like 36. So like the pace isn't good, but like if I put in 20 miles this month, like I'm right back to where I
I was
need to
gonna
be.
say pace isn't good, but you can still do that.
The other one I had was plan a trip. We did a weekend trip. We went up. I mean, we did go look at wedding venues, but like we
Mhm.
got a nice Airbnb. We're hanging out with the dogs, so it was like a little bit of a little double dip, but I think it counts.
That counts.
The last one is make Christmas feel like Christmas again. Make Christmas great again. It's not Christmas time yet, so I can't do that.
Okay. Don't hate
But
that.
so far, not bad.
Sounds
Decent
like you're pretty on
pace.
top of it.
Yeah.
So far, I'm 1 for 3.
Okay.
I'm 0.5 for 3.
Okay.
Learn how to swim. Have not done that yet. Haven't had the time.
It's summertime now. The
Hoping.
pool's just opened.
I was gonna say, hopefully, I was trying to do it in the spring before the pools open, so I can get a little indoor one and get a little classes before people start putting their kids in it. But it's cool.
Mm,
I'm gonna try to get that done by summer's end, if not the fall.
gotcha.
Um, Next one, more meals at the dining table. Hasn't happened. Has not happened. I just
You've
don't
been
eat at the
working like
dining table.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, I just don't eat at the dining. I barely was eating at my house from us, so the dining table just was not happening. Gonna try to realign, try to get 1 or 2 meals in at the dining table with the new schedule a week. So we'll see. Hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have a better recap. And then the half, where I'm like halfway there, is I was one of my resolutions was to not say something wasn't black just because it's not black to me or my version of black. I think
Okay.
I've been okay at that, but I could still be a little better. So I'll give myself a half at that. That's something I'm working on still. So hopefully by year's end, I'll be better.
What things are you like? Can you give me an example of things you're calling black that aren't black, or no things that you're saying aren't black that are black?
A lot of times when niggas be talking about how they eat, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where you grow up where you eat like that? Nigga, you're black and you eat casseroles? Like, who the fuck was your, like, who was your OG? What was grandma making you? Like, you put fucking raisins in your egg salad, your potato salad? Like, who the fuck was making this shit, bro? So, a lot of times the way people eat, sometimes the way people talk, like, I'll be talking to somebody and they'll be saying something, I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck you grow up at? Like, nobody talks like that. Um,
Love
so
that.
talking, the way people talk, the way people eat, and then sometimes when I meet people from like middle of nowhere, I be trying to just like mind my business, but I'm definitely in my head thinking like this nigga is not a nigga. Like this is a white man and just a black body. Like what the fuck going on here?
It's literally just get out.
Yeah, kind of like Kendrick said, like it be cringeworthy when certain niggas say nigga, and I don't
What?
want to be like the nigga police, but I be thinking like. You don't got no black friends. I see your Instagram. You don't got one black friend. I seen you in a Confederate flag shirt with a
Oh,
fucking camo hat on. Like, don't ever say nigga. Like what?
yeah. When
But
they say
hey,
it, there might be some
it's
hate behind it.
it's not my place to judge the black contest.
Fair enough.
I need to though. I need to start for real. Because God dog.
Damn, I really wish we knew what Morgan's goals were because we know she definitely has not achieved them yet.
Oh yeah, she did not achieve that shit.
Before we get into our next topic, we wanted to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this week's episode, Zencastr. When we first started recording PorchTlk, we were using whatever rinky-dink setup we could, but we realized we needed to step our game up to a legit setup, and that's where Zencastr came in. It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log into your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guest. Feel a sense of zen knowing Zencastr's multi-layered backups ensure you always have your recordings in the highest quality, even if the connection is unstable. Trust me, I know. If you have thought about podcasting before and realized that you need a lot of different tools and services, those days are over. With Zencastr's all-in-one podcasting platform, you can create your podcast all in one place and distribute it to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code PorchTlk and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same easy experience we do for all our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story, and honestly, they have a free plan too if you need it. Just as good. Shout out to Zencastr, and let's get back to the episode. All right, let's do this week's top 5. It's a fun one. Top 5 reality TV shows.
All right, top 5 reality TV shows. The Real World / The Challenge is my number one. I'm putting them together because like the challenge was niggas who came from the real world. So the real world, the challenge. So one. Two, Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore is fucking goated. Three, I'm gonna go Married at First Sight. Four, Party Down South. And five, 90-Day Fiance with a honorable mention of Floribama Shore.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were about to have the same list because the first two are exactly the same. I had the Real World, didn't put the challenge on there,
Mm.
and then Jersey Shore is my number 2. Number 3, I never really watched it, but I know that it has a lot of respect, so I have to give the respect it deserves. Survivor,
Oh
people
hell
love that
no.
shit. Number 4, The Bachelor / The Bachelorette, also a big time show. Good if you watch it, but I haven't watched it in forever. Number 5, I knew this wasn't gonna be a strong showing for me, but I just went for it anyway. I love Kitchen Nightmares, so I had to make it a number 5 for myself.
Hey, I'm not mad at that because if I had more honorable mentions, I'd definitely throw Bar Rescue up there because I fucking
That's what I
love
was
Bar
thinking about.
Rescue. And then I liked Nightmares when he was doing that one,
Mm-hmm.
so that would be pretty strong. And then fucking Alone. Alone's only got a few seasons, but like that shit is tough.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was. I think it was on Netflix. They had that one
Yeah,
season. That shit was fantastic. Yeah. All right, so we have Bar Rescue. You said Fort of Bama Shore is one of your honorable mentions.
yeah.
Hotel Nightmare, Alone. Yeah, yeah. I already knew I was gonna be definitely wasn't gonna win this week's, but
You know, my list
had to
kind of
go for it
goaded.
anyway. Yeah. Shout out Bar Rescue. That was definitely. I was almost like, do I just go Kitchen Nightmares, Bar Rescue back to back, and just end 4-5 like that
That would have been strong. I seen somewhere that they were trying to bring it back. I just don't know if they ever made any like traction with that because I think I saw that like over the summer.
for Bar Rescue?
Yeah, like last summer. I think I saw something about it.
I thought it was. I thought it was still going.
Is it still going? Maybe it
I
paused
thought
and came
so.
back.
They were doing it during COVID. I remember because I saw episodes about that. Yeah, they're still going. Season 9. They just dropped a new episode
What?
yesterday.
Yeah, I'm back on my Bar Rescue. I need a break from Floribama Shore. I've been going too crazy.
It's on Paramount.
Oh, I got Paramount.
All right. Post topic, real ones only. You got a lot in here, so I'm just gonna do a quick one. Went to the boys' wedding. Shout out to the Joneses. Congrats to them. Got to see a lot of friends from high school, which was a good catch up. Haven't seen them since we were out in St. Louis for so long. So
Yeah,
good times. Congrats to them. Done with wedding season until your wedding. So that's
it's
also
a
good.
solid little break, a little
Yeah.
5 month break, well needed.
All right. Well, you want to start with your pairing PTO 3-day weekends?
Oh yeah, shit is goaded. Um, I think you said something about it for 4th of July because that's
Oh
rolling
yeah.
on Thursday, so you'll get that Friday. You can make that a 4-day weekend just like
Mm-hmm.
that by taking that Friday. Yeah, when somebody was telling me about that, I was like, wait a second, that's like, come on. If you ever get a fucking like, if you don't get Black Friday off, but you get that Thanksgiving, do that every time. If you
Mm-hmm.
got Labor Day, like take off. If you got that Monday for Labor Day, take off that Friday as well. Like you got a 4-day weekend now, and you had to use one day of PTO. Like that's goaded.
Yeah, I feel like there's lists every time around like New Year's where they're like, these are the hacks to get like 68 days off using like 15 vacation days, like that crazy shit.
Hey, I gotta find that shit because that would be life. That would be great, Loki.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I told you guys about it because when I saw, I don't know what made me look into July 4th. I think someone told me it was on a Thursday, and I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, I got to take off Friday. You're fucked on Juneteenth if you have it off. That's on a Wednesday, so you can't really do anything with that.
Oh, that was tough.
Like, you'd have to take 2 days. That's just too much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not worth it.
No.
No matter how. But then again, that's tricky because
You're going to talk
like
yourself into it?
Flag Day is the 14th, Father's Day is the 16th, Juneteenth is the 19th on Wednesday. You might be able to go Friday Flag Day,
You're not getting.
Father's
Who's
Day on
giving
that
you Flag Day off?
Father's Day on that Sunday, 2 PTO days, Monday, Tuesday, into Juneteenth. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 6-day weekend, and you'll only have to use 2 days if you get Flag Day. Check with your company to make sure that you get Flag Day, though.
I don't know if anybody is getting Flag. If a company's giving off Flag Day, I need to be working there because that's incredible.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now is the time of like trying to make sense of what days you're taking off in the near future. Because like my birthday's on a Tuesday this year, and I was like, what? I don't even know. Like, do you celebrate? I
Oh,
don't feel like celebrating
shit.
before your birthday is weird, but like celebrating after, I guess. Like, I don't really know.
Let me see what my shit looks like. Hold on, this shit. Oh, I'm on a Thursday, and that's right after my wedding, so I'll actually probably be off. I'll probably be off that week, but still. Okay.
I was telling Anna, I might need to take off whenever NCAA 25 drops.
Jeez, I'm thinking about getting a system just for it.
I think you have to. I've been seeing they were dropping like gameplay videos and like people reviewing it. They said it's incredible.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a good one. I just don't want to have to pay for a system. That's the problem.
You just got to invest. Just got to do it.
Can I put that on like layaway? Can
Probably.
I get a PS5 on a firm?
You could get a little cheap one. You can get like the discless one. You can buy it digitally. Sure, that'd be easier, a little cheaper.
They're like half a G.
Let's see. Let's go to GameStop. See what's going on with the PS5s. You can get a Sony PlayStation 5 Slim Console Digital Edition for $400.
I'm gonna have to go in there and negotiate.
You could get a pre-owned for $389 and refurbished for $389.
Yeah, I might have to get that refurbished.
Yeah, man. Just gotta commit.
That's
What else do we have? All right, you start drinking just to drink at lunch and you kind of want to hate throughout the day. I think anytime you start drinking, if you hit the buzz point, you're just like, oh, I gotta keep going now. This is
Yeah.
feeling great.
Yeah, I think that day I went out for lunch. I had like 2 brews for the lunch, and I was like, damn, like if I get a third, I could really power through the evening. Had to hold off. But yeah, if the third one came, yeah, it was just gonna be a day drinking day. But that's my favorite type of drinking anyway. Like fucking it's day drinking's just goaded.
Yeah, we were what was Memorial Day weekend? We were at the cabin, started crushing some of the. I hadn't had the Michelob, the prickly pears in a while.
Oh yeah.
I was like, it was warm out, and I was like, ooh, these are hitting just right on the grill. I was like, this is what I needed.
That'll get you right.
Had some Coronas at the wedding. Haven't had a Corona for a while because I was drinking Jack and Cokes because that was like one of the signature cocktails. Got a little too sweet. Switched up to the Coronas. Oh, I was feeling myself. They did the last call. I was like, let me get one. She was like, do you want two? And I was like, oh man, what you just had? What? Like,
I used to. I can do Corona, but I don't really love Corona. Sometimes Corona just don't taste right to me.
well,
I
you're a
think the
big or no, you're not Modelo. You're the
no, I like Modelo. My go-to is Tecate though.
Tecate. That's it.
Yeah, I'll fuck up some Tecate.
Yeah. God, that's what I gotta. One of the things I know we got to figure out for the wedding eventually is figuring out signature cocktails and what beers to get. It's a big decision for me.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
Paul Miller High Life.
Mm. I'm just get a fucking keg at this rate.
Might have to. Final thing that we have on here, you're switching jobs officially.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Switching jobs, banking that PTO. So if anybody sees me doing what seems like nothing, believe me, it was well earned. But yeah, so it's pretty much 10 days of vacation. Started it last Thursday. Won't return to work until the 9th. Not the 9th, that's a Sunday. The 10th, which is a Monday. And will resign immediately then. So super, super vibing, relaxing. Very happy to be getting out of that situation. Honestly, just because I want some of my life back. So that'll be solid.
When do you start the new job?
The 12th.
Hmm. They give you Juneteenth off?
I'm gonna have to find out on that one. They should have, but we'll find out for certain.
Yeah, excited for for some updates in what it'll probably be 2 episodes from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, this man, it's not even a joke. He just worked every hour of the day.
It's sick.
Insane. I know Mariah is thrilled that you're not on that fucking job anymore.
Oh yeah. The calls during dinner, during days off, when we're on a date, it's like, all right, what's going on? So that will free that up.
Yeah. What happens when that starts happening at your new job?
I don't think it will. They don't work any weekends. They work no
Really?
weekends, and it's 6 to 3. And he was like, most of the time, like we're out of there by like 2:30. And I was like, sheesh, you're not telling me anything I didn't need to hear. And they've got a way. It's staffed a lot better, so I think that'll help. and now I'm over like a lot more people. It was cool saying I was regional manager and over like two GMs, but like at the end of the day, I was over like realistically 7 people.
Mm-hmm.
Once you broke down how like we were structured, and I feel like I still had to do a lot. He told me like pretty much like there's a team of like 27. I'm gonna just walk in and be over now. So I'll be able to structure that and like divvy up things the way I know they should get done. And realistically, it's the exact same thing I used to do, just a little easier because it's appliances instead of furniture.
I was gonna say honestly, like you might be kind of bored working 6 to 3. You might be like, I gotta. This is it. That's all I gotta
I'm not
do.
gonna lie. I was thinking about that. I was like, I might get a little second job, make a little extra bread on the side.
You're just working, or is this the same thing where you're gonna be working there and then coming home, or are you gonna be there the whole time?
Nah, I'll be there the whole time. I'll be in office, but that one's only like 8 minutes from the house, where the other one's
Oh,
like
you're
50.
chilling.
Yeah, this shit is solid.
No more trips to Atlanta for you, unfortunately.
Fucking, I'm done with Atlanta. Not gonna have to go out to that hot as hellhole of Miami anymore.
Oof.
Hottest place on
Mm-mm.
earth might really be Miami, man. That shit was disgusting.
Does it like? Do you understand the hype being there, or no?
What, Miami?
Yeah, like people love it.
I think you because we would the nightlife is crazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
we were going out in Fort Lauderdale, which is like 30 minutes north of Miami, and the nightlife was crazy. So I could only imagine how much litter it got in Miami. And it was like 6 o'clock, and it was going crazy on like a Wednesday or Thursday because I flew out on Friday morning. So on a Wednesday, 6 o'clock, it was going crazy. So I imagine the hustle and bustle. And then if you're Hispanic as well, I've heard
Mm-hmm.
like places like Miami, Dallas, Houston, it's got like a lot of nightlife where you can like live it up comfortably because like it's just as Hispanic as it is anything else. So yeah,
Yeah, I've
fuck
heard
it.
there's a heavy Spanish influence down there.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like the first time I went. I mean, I still don't like it, but
Too much Spanish for you.
yeah, because I don't speak Spanish. So like, the very first time I went when I was like 20, I don't know where the fuck we was at, but it was like everywhere we went, like it was only niggas who spoke Spanish, and I do not speak Spanish. And then the problem with that is because working with a lot of Hispanics now, and it happens like all the time. The thing about Hispanic is like they come in all different shades. Like there be like DR niggas, Puerto Ricans, like dark as me. So then Spanish
Mm-hmm.
niggas speak Spanish to me and just think that I also speak Spanish. I'm like, no, nigga.
Uh, no, that is true. The shade difference in Hispanics is really a wide range.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane. All right. Let's wrap this thing up. Let's do some music and TV recommendations.
All right, TV. I'm big on Floribama Shore. That's like all I've been watching this vacation. So I've made it through 3 seasons, and I'm on season 4. So it's going kind of crazy. And then music wise, Glorilla, Finesse de Glow. Shit goes insane.
Interesting. TV wise, they had a marathon of The Office on Comedy Central when we were out at the cabin for Memorial Day. I was like,
Mm,
God damn, The Office is so fucking good,
it
man.
is so great.
So recommend that if you never watched it. Music wise, I'm gonna go with "We Need a Bigger Dumpster" by Cheekface. Song came on a playlist as we're driving. It's something, but man, it gets stuck in your head. It's a very interesting song. Guy just talks. That's the way I can describe his singing. He just talks. That's it. No Morgan. So we are out. We will be back next week. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Porch Talk No A, Lucha on Apple Podcasts, if you're on Spotify. Share the podcast with a friend. You can watch on Spotify and you can watch on YouTube. Subscribe over there. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Already said that. I don't know. We'll be back next week. Peace.